Hi guys, I'm
Hi.
Jacqueline,
I'm Simeon.
and we are.
Simply Stevens.
You did it wrong.
Okay, listen. Like I said last time, we gonna stop saying Simply Stevens, alright, for everything. They know who we are by now. If not, you need to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on the bottom. There you go.
So guys, we're actually coming on because today, we remember in our premiere we said we would be touching on other topics, and we just kind of had a really a situation which was very interesting, and we just sort of just learning how detailed the enemy really is.
Yeah.
So yesterday, oh my goodness, phenomenal service, Breakthrough Church, Pastor and Lady Carr, woo woo. If you don't know about them, you need to know. Get there.
BreakthroughCC.com.
Yes, 481 Shelton Ave.
In Hamden.
In Hamden. It was a phenomenal service.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like service and deliverance service.
Yeah.
And praise. But Pastor had came over. For some of you guys who don't know, like myself, I struggle a lot mentally. I had a really interesting childhood, and what was really pertinent about yesterday was, so I was born to a drug-addicted mother, absentee father, and one of my biggest fears in being a mother and being an adult is not being a good enough mother.
Right.
And anyone who knows me, I really don't allow people to get too close to me. A lot of things because I have attachment issues. It's honestly, it's backed by psychology. Learn about Erikson theory. It's phenomenal. Google it. So let me stop getting off topic as I normally do. One of the things that has always bothered me is that I wouldn't be a good enough mother. Mm-hmm. And the word of the Lord came from my pastor, and he was talking, like he had said to me specifically when I went to the altar. He was like, you are good enough. There's no going back, and you will be a good enough mother. And it's funny because he said, after everybody had left the altar and went back to their seats, he reminded the congregation just how the enemy would be waiting as soon as we left. Right? Because you get this phenomenal word, you praise on it, and you just feel elated and all high in the spirit, and then
It makes the enemy mad. It's spiritual warfare that we're dealing with. This isn't anything carnal. The Bible says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty through God. Pulling down the strongholds. So you gotta understand that this battle is not something that we're fighting against flesh and blood, but this is something that we're battling and we're warring in the spirit. So, Pastor said as soon as church is over, not even church, the next day, that's when he said it.
He said the next day.
But this was...
the enemy was like, nah, man, yeah. I'm ready for y'all.
Yeah, so you always got to be ready. You always got to be ready for the attack, and be spiritually strengthened and spiritually minded. And
I was not ready. I guess I was just kind of oblivious, and I wasn't sort of on my guard, and the Bible says you have to pray and watch, and I was just like, okay, it's time to eat. But basically we left church, and the kids were really they was I'm hungry, as they normally are. And Sim is in the process of Sim is the frugal one in our relationship. I'm totally not.
I wouldn't call it frugal. I'd say money efficient. I'm trying to be more efficient on how we spend our money.
I was being nice by saying frugal. Simeon is cheap.
I'm not efficient is the word. We want to say efficient.
Anyways, so we're...
Thank you very much.
Anytime, y'all. So we left, and we were getting going to Walmart for really quick things, and the kids wanted something to eat. So I'm like, okay, well I'm just gonna get them something to eat. And Simeon got upset, and I'm like, oh, what are you getting upset about? Now, in that moment, I didn't realize that I just couldn't understand, why is he getting upset? I'm trying to be like a good mother here. My kids are hungry. I want to feed them. What's wrong with that? Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but the enemy tapped into something that, one of my insecurities, right? Through my husband and the way that I perceived he was making me feel. Now, long story short, it definitely, like, I really thought something was wrong. I was like, what's wrong? You make me feel like I'm a bad mother and blah, 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 blah. Now, backstory. Simeon went over our finances for last month, and how much did we spend eating out?
$500, well, $500 something. It was a lot of money we spent eating out.
Yeah, and so we spent like $500 last month eating out.
My God.
Jesus, I'm embarrassed to say that.
Well, hey man, speak it.
Tell the truth.
That's right, shame the devil.
But anyways, so he was warranted in saying, no, we have food at home. These little
gremlins can eat when we get home.
You know what I'm saying?
I love my babies.
But it was interesting to see how the enemy really, through that, tapped into an insecurity of mine that had just been spoken over not even an hour prior.
Oh yeah, you gotta be watchful, ever watchful. And that money that we spent, going to get the whatever the kids ate, that could have been used for other things to help us out during the week. It's not I'm saying that it was not a bad thing. It's just maybe we should have probably discussed it a little bit more. Maybe we should have, had more of a conversation instead of like a spur of the moment type of thing. That's what I think.
But I wasn't going to be receptive of that because it really was like I was irrational. It shouldn't. You have to be careful of things. Like, in hindsight is 2020. I forget who said this. I believe it's Soren Kierkegaard, if I'm correct. Don't quote me. I could be wrong. But the quote goes something like, life can only be lived forward, but it is only backwards that you can understand it. And in hindsight, I'm getting upset. And if something is getting me upset from 0 to 100, or my response is irrational to the actual situation, that means that I need to stop and really assess the situation on what is going on. Because my response to the situation is totally, it's not measuring up. And I didn't realize that I was actually responding to something internally. So, this is
a serious, this faith walk is something that is serious. God is a God of your everyday life. He's not just a God on Sunday. He's somebody that cares about your everyday, needs and wants, and he cares about the little things that you're going through. So when we say, I surrender all, you sing the song, it sounds great, but you have to really understand, like, do you actually mean I surrender all? By surrendering all, it means that you're going to, acknowledge God. You're going to say, like, hey, at this moment right now, God, I'm really upset. At this moment right now, God, I really don't want to pray. I don't want to read my word. I don't want to, fast right now because I'm hurting, or something happened to me and I'm feeling this way.
And the reason he's saying that is because that's actually where I've been for a while. It's just, so we've been saved for God knows how long.
I don't even know.
Well, you know what? If you do the math, right, about when we accepted Christ, but then when we really minus the years where,
oh my God.
But I mean, look,
let's look at it this way.
It's true. It's true.
The seed was planted, and it decided to be watered and have some growth. You know what I mean? Later on in our life. So let's look at it that way.
He's saying that because, like, in this walk, I know, like me, one of the things I battle with a lot is faith. And it sounds crazy, right? To say that as a Christian, because that's the basis of Christianity. Like everything is faith. But I actually have, in my life, I've been forced to do things and to rely on myself more so than anything else. And so it would be interesting for me, I find it really interesting that the very basis of, Christianity, which is faith and believing, right, in a God that you cannot see, it's hard. And so I struggle with that a lot because, I don't even believe in people I do see. I'm just being honest, tell the truth. So I really haven't been like in my word, reading, praying. And so yesterday, while the word came forth and it was an on-time word, a direct word, a liberating word, I had nothing to hold it. I wasn't prepped with anything.
Yeah, and so many times, you see that where it's like, you're falling out and you're saved and you're wonderfully saved on Sunday, and then Monday comes and it's like, boom, right?
What are you trying to say? I'm not wonderfully saved on Monday?
No, I'm just saying that's exactly what Pastor was talking about on Sunday.
I'm just trying to get some clarity.
Like the next day, Monday comes, like, what do you do? What do you do about Monday? And, it's funny because that's what we were talking about at our meeting on Friday with the deacons and elders. We were talking about that, about being prepped, and, you have to be prepared in advance, for moments like that. You have to be, prayed up and knowledgeable on your word, beforehand. So preparation is key for everything. Honestly, and all that getting understanding, make sure you're prayed up and you're knowledgeable and you have wisdom on how to deal with things. So that's
and don't just be quoting scriptures.
No, see, I don't. That's the thing. I don't just quote scriptures to quote scriptures. Those are the scriptures that I recite to myself all the time.
You feel guilty? I wasn't talking about you.
Oh no. Oh, you wasn't. Oh, I thought she was. Anyways, those are the scriptures that.
Feel guilty.
Listen, for every circumstance and situation, there's a Bible scripture that you can speak over your life and speak to your situation, that you can get the glory. God can get the glory out of your life, and then you can get the victory over that circumstance. And that always comes down to what are you reading and how you're reading it. That's very important too. So make sure you're studying and you are in your word, because that's very, very important. All right, that's the basis of anything. Studying, stay in the scriptures, do what you got to do.
And find yourself an accountability partner, because like when I'm weak, right, he's strong and he encourages me. And it's interesting because I was like, I wouldn't even, yesterday I was like, I'm good, I'm not even gonna go to the altar call. And here he comes, gets on my nerves, yo. Oh my God. I'm like, now I know I needed to be at the altar, right? But I'm like, no, praise Jesus. Glory. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm standing and close my eyes. That's how we do. We be super saved. So, when people be going up to the altar, what do we all learn? Those of us who've been in church for a while, we close our eyes. And I feel something nudging at me. And I'm like, now for anyone who knows me, the one thing is I don't like to be
touched
at all.
Don't touch me.
Like, do not touch me. It's serious. I'm admitting my issues. I have complexes. I'm human. You have your own issues. But these are mine. Praise Jesus. Sorry. Woo. Saw my attitude come out. But, so I feel somebody nudging and pulling, and I'm like, trying to respond all nice because I knew it was Simeon. And he's like, he gives my little,
I was like, "Cool, let's
you need
go."
to go to the altar. Oh, judgmental nod.
Nice, man. Stop it.
But I'm glad I did. And
yeah. So now next time, we're ready, and we're
I won't
we're knowledgeable.
Yeah, but next time I'll be better prepared.
Yeah. Walk in the Spirit.
Yeah.
Do your best to walk in the Spirit. The enemy tries to come in and throw everything in your face, but the Bible says, trials on every hand. There's our circumstances try to come and overwhelm us, but we're not consumed, by them, because of who we serve and who we believe in. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. Weapons are not going to prosper, right? Because of who we believe in and who we're called according to His purpose, right? So, little Bible verses and scriptures you can throw in there. Use your word as a weapon, to fight the enemy, to fight the devil. That's very important.
But be in your word, because you need to.
Yeah,
word,
of course.
Right? So
be in your word, exactly. That's how you're able to stand. You stand on His promises. You stand on His word. All right. So yeah. Very important.
So this is it. This is what we came to really just. It wasn't really a preaching session. It was just a
quick observation.
Yeah.
Of what.
How quick the enemy will come.
Mm-hmm.
Like the enemy is bold.
And subtle. There's some things
subtle and bold.
Depending on the circumstances.
But he was both yesterday. Yesterday he was both subtle and bold, because it's really bold for you to come and to try me on something that the man of God, who has been placed over our spiritual, our spiritual growth, spoke something, and he immediately came to tempt it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very subtle. Like, that was bold and subtle. So
you gotta be watchful.
Encouraged. Be watchful. Be prayed up.
Yeah, and always remember, the enemy knows your playbook. Like, he knows everything about you. All right. Fist bump. You gotta understand. He knows yourself. He knows you sometimes better than you know yourself. That's how you gotta. That's what I'm saying. When I'm saying you have to trust and depend on God, and lean not to your own understanding, because we see through a cloud darkly. We see through a glass darkly. We're not gonna understand everything, but the enemy understands us better than we understand ourselves. So always do your best to walk in the Spirit. That's definitely important. All right, guys.
So be encouraged. We love you.
Yes, we love you. You too.
I love you.
Hit that subscribe button. Definitely important. You get some nice little nuggets going on, okay?
I mean, and you get us. We're fun, aren't we?
I get yes, and I'm always.
I know some of y'all like funny looking, right? But no, I love you, honey. This was really good. Oh, y'all see? Listen, this man, y'all think he's really, really like
I'm not
shy and conservative. I got videos. I
don't know what y'all talking about.
I got videos.
But yeah,
he knows exactly what. See, he's like, no, this is gonna undo everything. Okay.
But listen, man. Listen, guys. Any comments or questions or anything like that, definitely go ahead and put them in the comment posts on the bottom there.
Right
there.
Yeah.
And then hit that subscribe button. Definitely would like to get some more viewership, so that'd be awesome. All right. Thank you, guys.
Be encouraged.
All right.
Love you.